The modern food supply chain operates on a knife's edge. You rely on a massive, interconnected grid of trucks, warehouses, and distant farms to keep the grocery store shelf stocked. But when a single bottleneck occurs, that illusion of security vanishes. You can bypass that entire system. You can build a Guerrilla sprout cell food battery, a self-contained, high-density growing environment that fits right inside a small apartment closet, all for about $40. To start this build, you only need 3 basic items from a hardware store: 2 17-gallon plastic totes, a length of absorbent rope, and a drill with half-inch bit. By taking this hardware and moving the growth process indoors, you completely eliminate the need for arable land. It means you can produce your own nutrition right where you live, regardless of the concrete around you. Before setting up the main hardware, the first step is mastering the simple jar method. This is the foundational practice for soil-free growing and tests your ability to manage moisture levels. There are a few strict rules to follow here. You need to rinse the seeds frequently, keep them damp but never sitting in pooled water, and store them in the dark for the first few days to simulate being underground. If you apply this to dormant red lentils, they activate rapidly. Within 12 hours, you'll see them split and push out dense root networks, converting a dried pantry staple into a living energy source. Managing this biological activation proves the core concept of the sprout battery. You are producing usable, high-density plant life without a single ounce of traditional soil. Now let's build the battery. Take your 2 17-gallon totes and stack them. The bottom tote will hold water, and the top tote will hold the plants. Drill half-inch holes straight through the bottom of the top tote and the lid of the lower one so they align perfectly. Next, take 6 feet of your absorbent nylon or cotton rope and thread it through those holes. The rope must reach all the way down into the bottom water reservoir and extend up into the top chamber. This diagram of our 2-tier system shows the mechanics of capillary action. The rope's microfibers act as a conduit, actively grabbing water molecules and pulling them upward against gravity. It is the exact same fluid mechanics a tree uses to pull sap from its deepest roots all the way up to its highest leaves. The water travels continuously up the rope to feed the chamber above. Because this system relies entirely on physics instead of mechanical water pumps, it has 0 moving parts. If the grid goes down and your apartment loses power, your food supply continues to water itself. To fill that top growth chamber, you need a specific environment for the roots. Pour in a strict 50-50 mix of perlite and vermiculite. The vermiculite acts like a dense sponge. It surrounds the top of the wick, captures the moisture traveling up the rope, and holds it evenly throughout the chamber. But too much moisture will kill a plant. That is where the perlite comes in. It is a rigid, rocky volcanic glass that prevents the mixture from compacting, ensuring there are constantly open pockets of air. Balancing the water retention of the vermiculite with the constant oxygen flow provided by the perlite directly neutralizes the biggest threat to hydroponics. It ensures the roots can breathe, preventing rot. To control the climate around your plants, bend a few wire coat hangers into arches over the top tote and drape standard plastic wrap over them to create a canopy. Do not seal this plastic tight. The goal is to trap a pocket of humidity to help the plants grow, but they still require a steady circulation of fresh air to survive. For light, you cannot use standard household incandescent bulbs. They waste most of their energy generating heat and do not emit the correct light frequencies for vegetative growth. Looking at this mapped light spectrum chart, we have 2 distinct areas. The warm red frequencies on the left signal plants to produce flowers, while the cool blue frequencies on the right trigger dense leaf production. For a sprout battery growing leafy greens like romaine or Bibb lettuce, we focus strictly on the blue zone. You want to install cool blue LED bulbs directly over your canopy, providing exactly 40 to 75 watts per square foot. By pairing this specific LED spectrum with a simple power monitor like a kilowatt, you can confirm your energy draw stays incredibly low, keeping your system stealthy and affordable. Once your plants are mature, you can eliminate the need to purchase seeds entirely by using plant cloning. To clone, you take a healthy stem and cut it with sharp shears. The cut must be at exactly a 45-degree angle to expose the maximum amount of cellular surface area for new roots to form. When you make that cut, you must leave at least 2 stem nodules intact on the parent plant. Without these, the original plant cannot regenerate its own growth. Take your fresh cutting, dip the exposed end into a powdered rooting hormone, and embed it securely straight into the loose perlite mixture of your top toad. For self-pollinating crops like lettuce, you can let them grow tall until they bolt and produce elongated seed heads. Once they dry out, manually winnow them by whacking the heads against the inside of a bucket to shake the fresh seeds loose. By applying the moisture control you learned with the jar method to these new cuttings and harvested seeds, you create a closed biological loop. You grow, you harvest, you propagate, and you repeat. While the outside world continues to rely on a vulnerable, lifeless industrial grid, inside your walls you have a functioning, vibrant ecosystem. Your independence is only 2 totes and a length of rope away. Don't wait for the next crisis to realize the grocery store is empty. Unearth the History is here to give you the blueprints for a world without limits. Find a window and start your infinite harvest. Subscribe and ring the bell to keep unearthing the future of our past. By assembling this simple $40 hardware package, you stop being a passive consumer hoping the shelves stay stocked. You become an active node of resistance, capable of feeding your family no matter what happens outside your door.